In this episode, we're diving deep into the unsettling world of missing persons cases, focusing on 6 individuals who were caught on CCTV footage shortly before vanishing without a trace. Lars Mittank, a German tourist, disappeared under mysterious circumstances on July 8, 2014, while vacationing in Bulgaria. The events leading up to his disappearance are as puzzling as his ultimate fate. Lars was on a group vacation with friends when he became involved in an altercation at a bar in the seaside resort town of Golden Sands. Following the altercation, Lars sustained a minor ear injury, which led him to seek medical attention at a local clinic. At the clinic, Lars began exhibiting signs of paranoia and fear, claiming that he was being followed and that his life was in danger. Some reports claim that he even made a phone call to his mother, claiming that someone was trying to kill him. Despite being cleared by medical staff to fly home to Germany with his friends, Lars suddenly changed his plans and decided to stay behind in Bulgaria. He checked into a hotel near Varna Airport, where CCTV footage captured his increasingly erratic behavior, including pacing nervously and looking over his shoulder. Lars was last seen leaving the airport on July 8, 2014, and has not been heard from since. Our next missing person whose final moments were captured on CCTV is Andrew Gosden. On September 14, 2007, at the age of 14, Andrew Gosden left his family home in Doncaster, England, and seemingly vanished without a trace. That morning, Andrew, a gifted student with no history of trouble, told his parents he was going to school like any other day. Instead, he withdrew £200 from his bank account and purchased a one-way ticket to London from the local railway station. CCTV footage captured Andrew arriving at London's King's Cross station around 11:20 a.m. that same day. However, beyond that point, his trail goes cold. Despite extensive searches, investigations, and public appeals for information, Andrew has never been seen or heard from again. Now, let's move on to the chilling case of Corrie McKeague, another person whose final moments were captured on CCTV before his disappearance on the 24th of September, 2016. Known for his sociable and outgoing nature, the 23-year-old had gone out with friends in Bury St Edmunds, enjoying a night of bar hopping. Around 1:20 a.m. on September 24th, he parted ways with his friends and was last seen on CCTV purchasing food from a takeaway. The final sighting of Corrie was at around 3:25 a.m., captured on CCTV entering a loading bay area behind a Greg's Bakery on Brentgovel Street, a known spot where people often rested after a night out. When Corrie failed to return home or show up for work, his disappearance was reported, prompting a widespread search operation. A critical aspect of the investigation centered on a large bin in the loading bay area. This bin was emptied by a refuse collection vehicle around the time of Corrie's disappearance. Initially, discrepancies in the bin's weight led to speculation that Corrie might have climbed into it and been accidentally transported to a landfill. However, exhaustive searches at the Milton landfill site yielded no evidence of Corrie. The disappearance of Corrie McKeague is a haunting mystery, with his family and friends holding out hope for answers and closure. Now let's move on to Brian Shaffer, a 27-year-old medical student at Ohio State University. He disappeared under mysterious circumstances on the night of April 1st, 2006. That evening, Brian and his friends decided to unwind after a week of exams by visiting several bars in the Arena District of Columbus, Ohio. They began their night at the Ugly Tuna Saloon, a popular bar near the university. Throughout the night, Brian was seen enjoying himself, moving between bars and eventually returning to the Ugly Tuna Saloon around 1:15 a.m. CCTV footage captured him talking to 2 women outside the bar before re-entering. However, this was the last confirmed sighting of Brian. Despite the bar's surveillance cameras covering the only exits, there was no footage of him leaving the establishment. When Brian failed to meet his father, Randy Shaffer, and his girlfriend Alexis Wagoner for a planned trip to Miami on April 3, 2006, concern quickly grew. His family and friends contacted the police, who launched an extensive search. They scoured the bar, reviewed hours of surveillance footage, and checked nearby dumpsters and rooftops, but found no clues to his whereabouts. Mekayla Bali, a 16-year-old high school student from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, Canada, vanished on April 12, 2016, under perplexing circumstances. That morning, Mekayla left her home for school as usual. However, instead of attending classes, she was captured on CCTV footage at various locations around Yorkton. Her movements on the day of her disappearance were meticulously documented by security cameras. She was first seen at the Sacred Heart High School before she left and walked to the TD Bank around 8:30 a.m. After withdrawing some money, she visited a nearby pawn shop but did not make any transactions. Mekayla was then spotted at a local Tim Hortons coffee shop, where she spent some time on her phone, seemingly waiting for someone. Mekayla continued to move around town, stopping at the bus depot where she inquired about bus schedules, although she did not purchase a ticket. She was also seen at the Trail Stop restaurant and another Tim Hortons. Throughout the day, she made several phone calls and sent texts, but it remains unclear who she was trying to contact or if she successfully reached anyone. Despite the detailed CCTV footage capturing her movements throughout the day, Mekayla Bali has not been seen or heard from since. Extensive searches and investigations by the authorities, including appeals to the public for information, have yielded no significant leads. Her disappearance remains a troubling mystery, leaving her family and the community desperate for answers and clinging to hope for her safe return. The last case that we will address is that of Sneha and Phillip. Sneha and Phillip, a young and accomplished physician, vanished without a trace on September 10, 2001, in New York City, just one day before the terrorist attacks of September 11th. Sneha was last seen by her husband, Ron Lieberman, at their apartment in Battery Park City, Manhattan, on the evening of September 10th. She reportedly left the apartment around 8 p.m., telling Ron she was going shopping for clothes and shoes. Surveillance footage from nearby stores showed a woman matching Sneha's description, but her exact whereabouts after leaving her apartment remain unknown. The events surrounding Sneha's disappearance are shrouded in mystery and speculation. Some theories suggest that she may have become a victim of the September 11th attacks, as her apartment was located just blocks away from the World Trade Center. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, and Sneha's name does not appear on any official lists of victims from that tragic day. Despite the available CCTV footage documenting the last movements of these 6 individuals, their whereabouts remain a mystery, leaving their families and loved ones in a state of sorrow and uncertainty.